Big up guys, welcome back to another stream, and this time I'm back on my laptop and back from holiday. Very good holiday I had there in Devon, so great time. But I'm back now and back to this. I'm back on my laptop to do more on there than I used to be able to when I was on my tablet. So now I'm going to get straight into this. I've got a guest on. I'm only going to go till 7 on here, and then I'm going to go on to Richie's stream, which is Red Devil United, of course. So it's a preview for the match tomorrow, of course, Bees versus Man United. Big game. We got to come back from a terrible, awful, pathetic showing against Fulham, being 1-0 up, but we were pathetic and still lost badly. So, obviously we got to come back from that. And I think we can. I hope we can, but it's going to be hard. I still don't think it's going to be as easy as people think. Just because United are still in the state, I'm not totally certain we're going to do anything here. I'm not totally confident that the Bees will win because we haven't got that team anymore. We're not the Mbeumos that he calls us at United. We haven't got that now, and we got no Vissa. Not that team anymore. Not Thomas Frank in charge. So there's a lot of things going against us here, to be honest. But I'm going to go through what I think the Bees will do, their injury news and stuff for the players. Obviously the lineup and the score prediction. Then I'll bring my guest on to talk about his for United, of course. But I'll just bring this article up and we'll get into this. It's basically the injury update. So I'll just get on with this. Yeah, it's come up there, right. Brentford team news update, Maghoma, Nelson and Nunez. Brentford issues update on Paris Maghoma, Reiss Nelson and Gustavo Nunez ahead of Saturday's Premier League games against Man United at GTEC Community Stadium, which will be broadcast live on TNT Sports, 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Brentford has issued an update on Paris Maghoma, Reiss Nelson and Gustavo Nunez ahead of Saturday's game against Man United. The Bees are unbeaten at GTEC Community Stadium this season, with Fabio Carvalho's late finish earning Keith Andrews' side a point against Chelsea in their last home game in the Premier League. Maghoma has had to build his fitness, having missed a large part of pre-season. The plan is for the midfielder to reintegrate into team training next week. Nunez has trained well this week. He will feature for Brentford B in their upcoming games to build fitness and match sharpness. Nelson missed a week of training due to illness. He has reintegrated into team training and will be assessed to see whether he could feature against the Red Devils on Saturday. Hasn't played much. He came on once and in the Carabao Cup. Of course, scored a penalty in that. Didn't do a lot else. So it'd be interesting to see if he gets on here, plays any part. He's going to be assessed anyway, so we're not totally sure if he'll be fit. Obviously, he's had illness. So Nunez as well, Maghoma. Be interesting to see when Nunez actually plays. That'd be interesting because he ain't seemed to have played much at all for us since he's been here. So it'd be great to see him coming on at some stage and playing. But so anyway, that's the injury news. Obviously, we'll get into obviously the match preview and everything, and what I feel our team will be for tomorrow. Right. Yeah, trying to see the match preview. There we go. And And here it is, analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's Premier League game against Man United at GTEC Community Stadium on Saturday, which will be broadcast live on TNT Sports, of course. As we already know, the Bees lost 3-1 to Fulham last weekend. Just tell me about it. Still can't forget that. United beat another West London side, Chelsea, at Old Trafford, so got some confidence now after beating Chelsea. Analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know before kickoff. Pre-match analysis, Steven Gillet, playmaker stats. Well, it's always this guy, so I don't know why I'm always saying his name. We know it's Steven Gillet. Always seems to do all this. Reasons to be positive for United. The storm predicted by Ruben Amorim shortly after his appointment as Manchester United manager duly arrived. However, the Red Devils' early season stats suggest a brighter dawn could be on the horizon ahead of their clash against Brentford this weekend. United's head coach copped plenty of flack after the first season bookmarked by a 15th place finish in the Premier League and Europa League final defeat to Tottenham. Flux and change have been the norm during the Portuguese's tenure to date. But there has been one constant throughout: his tactics. Amorim and United are wedded to their 3-4-2-1 formation, for better or worse, and Brentford's challenge in the Premier League's early kickoff this Saturday is to exploit the system's weaknesses. Critics of the approach have been quick to point out its limitations. The ponderous build-up play of the centre-back trio, a soft centre in midfield and an over-reliance, creatively speaking, on captain Bruno Fernandes, or Fernandes, however you like to say it. Chief among them, United's inability to handle Brentford's intensity was patently obvious back in May when a Luke Shaw own goal, a brace from Kevin Schade and a close-range effort from Jan Visser earned the Bees a 4-3 win over their illustrious opponents. I remember that well. I do remember that. Whether we get that many goals, I'm not sure this time. An opening day defeat to Arsenal, a second round exit to Grimsby in the Carabao Cup, and the recent loss to arch rivals Man City have heaped fresh scrutiny upon United and Amorim. Yet the numbers tell a more nuanced story. The expected goals metric is very much open to interpretation, and United's underperformance of, we go with all this XG shit again, but I don't know if you can believe this, but anyway, of minus 5.98 XG this season looks unimpressive at first glance. However, the fact that the Mancunians have generated more expected goals, 9.98 XG, than any other side in the Premier League, this season, speaks to the quality of the chances they are creating. With a new look front three of Mateus Cunha, Benjamin Sesko and Brian Bramo. So I'll just go have another drink, guys. Funny throat. Sorry about this. The Red Devils average more shots per 90, 16.2, than any team in the top flight. The former Brentford winger currently leading the division for touches taken, 144 in the attacking third. A subplot to track on Saturday will be both sides' use of long balls. Brentford have been one of the Premier League's most effective teams in terms of knowing when and how to play directly. But teams have started to cotton on and bypass their opposition's press by going long. Amorim's side embodies this growing trend, and United currently rank top in the Premier League for accurate long balls, the majority of which stem from goalkeeper Altay Bayindia, Shaw, the suspended Casemiro and Fernandes. As Fulham manager Marco Silva noted, after facing United last month, opponents who bypass Amorim's back five and create overloads in midfield can find joy. Brentford may look to Mikel Damsgaard and or Fabio Carvalho in those half spaces to test that theory. Scout report Dan Long, Sky Sports summer signings to help Amorim kickstart season. It's hard to spin a positive from the 24-25 season for Man United. They will want to forget about it. And it is as simple as that. Erik ten Hag had banked some credit in May 2024 after delivering a first FA Cup win since 2015-16. So he remained in the managerial hot seat despite overseeing what was at the time the club's lowest Premier League finish on record, 8th. Just before the end of October, there was a parting of ways after United started with just 3 wins from the first 9 league games. Amorim was brought in as his replacement on the 11th of November, but he too struggled. The weight of expectation at the club is so great, particularly after several testing years. So there was pressure after a run of 9 league defeats in 12 between December and February. And more came when his side took only 5 points from the final 9 games. Those streaks helped set another new record low finish, 15th, and the club's lowest points total since 77-78. The Europa League provided welcome relief. They won 9 of their 15 games on the way to the final, but it perhaps summed up their season that they were beaten 1-0 in the final by the Tottenham team that had suffered similarly throughout the campaign. In this moment, I need a little bit of faith, said Amorim afterwards. If the board and the fans feel I'm not the right guy, I will go in the next day. But I will not quit again. I am confident in my job. There was a general feeling that the slate would be wiped clean for Amorim to an extent, given he had come in mid-season and this was not his squad, so to speak. He was duly backed in the summer transfer window with Mbeumos, Cunha and Sesko the key acquisitions. As yet, however, there has been little to shift the mood. United have lost to Arsenal, Man City already and drawn 1-1 at Fulham. The 97th minute Fernandes penalty spared their blushes in the 3-2 win over Burnley, while they exited the Carabao Cup at the second round stage for the first time in 12 seasons, with a shock penalty shootout defeat to League 2 Grimsby, who the Bees have now got to play in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Should be interesting away, of course. I'll go into that sometime, probably next week now. Do a stream about that. A 2-1 win over Chelsea at Old Trafford was their most recent result, providing some positivity for the club. Earlier this month, Sky Sports' Rob Dorsett reported there will be no knee-jerk reaction or regular reassessment of the head coach's future after every defeat, however loud the noise grows from outside. In the dugout, Ruben Amorim, of course we won't go into all this, we know what happened with him. The game plan, with Stephen Ralston, Manchester Evening News. Stephen Ralston, Manchester United reporter for the Men, MEN, explains how Ruben Amorim's side are likely to look for Saturday's game. It's pretty obvious what to expect in terms of shape, a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2. But there are different variations of what people call it, said Ralston. I would expect United to try and make a fast start to the game. They came out very aggressively against Chelsea, and Amorim has discussed that with us reporters. The need for his players to be really aggressive. For the first time this season, we really saw that against Chelsea in the way that he wants. So I would expect a similar kind of performance against Brentford. Last Premier League starting 11 versus Chelsea, 3-4-2-1. By India, De Ligt, Maguire, Shaw, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Fernandes, Dorgu, Mbeumos, Ahmad and Sesko. So we've already done that with the team. Brentford, first Brentford game of the season for Pawson. Poor Pawson, the referee. Yeah. He's in charge. Very poor Pawson. Oh, well. Assistants Lee Betts and Matthew Wilkes. Fourth official Ben Toner. And VAR, of course, VAR, Andrew Madley. Craig Pawson is heading to the GTEC Community Stadium and refereeing his first Brentford game of the season when he takes charge of the Manchester United game this Saturday. The 46-year-old has been the man in the middle for 4 Premier League games this season, giving 9 yellow cards and 1 red card. His last Bees game was the 2-1 win over Bournemouth. Well, there we go. So I suppose if we got him, we might win, but you can't say that for sure. Win over Bournemouth at Vitality Stadium last season. Well, yeah, we had the wood over Bournemouth, beat them twice. Always seem to beat them, with their bogey team. When he dished out 3 bookings, they were 3 of 120 cards he gave in 31 games in all competitions during 24-25. Yes, memorable meeting. I do remember this. Brentford 4, Man United 0. What a game. We should have gone for more, really. We took our foot off the gas, let's be honest. We could have probably got more in the second half. But we let Man United into it. But, yeah, 4-0. Fantastic. Premier League, 13th of August, 2022. Of course, we had the likes of Mbeumos and all that, of course, and Visser. And Brentford beat Man United 4-0 in their first home game of the 22-23 Premier League season. Josh Da Silva, Matthias Jensen, Ben Mee and Brian Mbeumos all found the net during a sensational first half at GTEC Community Stadium. It was the Bees' first win over United since February 1938. Amazing. And it was achieved in some style. It was. It definitely was. I remember it well. Fantastic win. I'm going to quickly go through the team, who I think is going to be our lineup. Then I'll bring Rich on, and he can tell us what he thinks with his Man United lineup, if he agreed with all that, what I said there, or he's got his own opinions on it. But I'll just get that up, just get the last game up. Not that I really want to see this again. The result, 3-1, Fulham. It was pathetic, absolutely disgusting performance. And if we play like this against Man United, we are going to lose. We are going to get walloped if we play like this. But if we play better than this, well, we might just win it. But anyway, let's go through the team who we had there. 5-3-2 with Kelleher, of course. I'm still not sure about him at the moment. He don't look like he's really on his best form, what I can see. He has a lot more work to do with us, of course, with our defence. So it's tougher for him. He's not behind Allison anymore. So, I don't know. I'd like to see something from him here. I want to see a really top performance in goal from Kelleher, because he will be in goal again. So let's see him do something here. I really want him to, start producing his best, and he may have to against United. So, Coyote, I think is great. I would think he'll start. It's like between him and Hickey, but I would think he'll start, and probably Hickey will play some part later on, maybe in the second half. Lewis Potter will possibly carry on left wing back, or maybe Rico Henry will come back. He may be better in this one, maybe, with his bit more pace as well. And, great going forward, intercepting and so forth. He might be more up to this game. But then again, he might stick with Lewis Potter, Keith Andrews, which we will. Pinnock, I don't know. I don't know if he'll play. It's generally, Collins, Vandenberg, which are generally those two. Centre-back, I think Collins was absolutely fucking useless in that last game. His worst performance I've seen for a very long time. And he's our captain, of course, now. But, that was horrific, his performance there. Terrible. He pretty much gifted Fulham all 3 goals, really. He had a hand in all 3 goals, I would say. Of course, fucking Harry Wilson doing the damage yet again. Ex-Man United player. Go figure. So, yeah. But, yeah, not great with that defence. I'm not sure about Vandenberg either. I'm not totally sold on this guy yet either. I don't know. This could be hell for us. Could be an absolute nightmare. Who knows? Yarmuluk, well, if he plays again, I don't know. He's decent. I'm still not sure he's fully the player we need just yet. I don't know. He's getting more of a game under Andrews. He's playing more games. Henderson, I don't know. I'd rather have him on the bench. I don't think he can start again. You know, not another game I've had Yen out or Jensen maybe in there. But we'll see. He may just stick with Henderson. I don't know. I'd like to give him a rest. I don't think he can play he can't play another 90 minutes, that's for sure. Shardy, possibly. I think he's still a little bit touching, a little bit in and out as a player, slightly raw, but he's got pace and he can get goals, no doubt, if he's on form and he's up to it. So we'll see. I'm sure he might play. I'm sure Thiago. I'd either have him or Ratara. I think Ratara will add more, be more of a threat. Myself, I'm not sure Thiago's quite done it yet. So I'd rather have Ratara. I think he's been great for us so far since he's come in. Damsgaard, amazing, but he can't do it all in midfield. You know, he's our playmaker. He's, you know, quality, but you got to move around him. They've got to have the players around him as well. He can't do it all himself. He scored, of course, against Fulham, and he is a big danger man, to be honest. But as I said, you know, we can't be a one-man team, and he's you know, not quite as great to do it all himself anyway. But I want to see others stand up now and produce something here, you know. Carvalho still in and out. He may play here. Jensen, Aya could play, but you know, it'd probably be similar to this, with a few changes here and there. But now let's get to my guest, and I apologise to him. Obviously, he's been waiting a long time, but I'll bring him on now. And we're going to the Man United's, their injury news and so forth, probable lineup and score prediction. But my prediction. I don't know with this. It's going to be. I'm not sure what to say about this. I think I'm actually. You know what? I'm going to go United win. I don't want to go United win, but I might just go there. I'm going to go 2-1 United. I hate saying that, but I just got a feeling I'm not totally confident here, you know. So anyway, right, I'll bring Rich on. Big up to you, Rich. Sorry, bro. You've been waiting a while there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, how you doing?
All that. How you
Thank
doing?
You. Are you okay?
Yeah. Cool, mate. Cool.
Do you want to go through what I think is going to be our lineup on the weekend?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Any injury
news?
Because
I think this one, there's a few talking points. One is like we brought in your goalkeeper. We haven't seen him yet. So it could be Lemans playing in goal. It could be Bindier, but we don't know. But we know we're going to play 3 at the back. And I think most people are thinking, like, would you say that you take a lot of long throws, that sort of thing as a tactic? I think a lot of people are thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might go for. We're definitely going to have De Ligt in goal. I think we might go for Yoro, like he'll come back into the team, and I think we might have Maguire for that aerial presence. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that as a lineup. And I think that's again probably most likely. The issue we got in midfield is Casemiro is injured. He was, in the first team. and Ahmed Jallo is away on bereavement leave. He had a family member pass away, and we also got a situation that Mazraoui's injured, and Dallo's probably going to come back, and he's just been back into first training, so he's been missing for a while. So I think he's going to start because there's not other options. I think in midfield we might see probably maybe Bruno and Ugarte or Bruno and Mainu. I think one of those combinations. And the front three should be Cunha, Mbeumos, and Sesko. It should be that. That's the front three I'm expecting. That, and I think and Mbeumos's been like fantastic. You're saying about how many touches he's had. He's a top quality player. I think the issue with United is there's been some. Obviously, the performance hasn't been great, but they did get the win against Chelsea, which I thought is important to get a win against a good team. But
Yeah.
Cunha and Mbeumos, Sesko, they haven't played much together on the pitch because Sesko didn't start a couple of games, and then Cunha got injured for the recently as well, some missed games. And Mbeumos's been like in the team week in, week out, but we haven't had those three played together, which I think is important. Otherwise, you don't build up any understanding. But I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think with Brentford, that they've just lost so much quality, haven't they? So they've got fantastic wins against Manchester United in the past, and like the 4-0, and like the game last season, like you got Mbeumos playing well. How do you replace Wissa and Mbeumos? Because that's probably the issue. That's why
we haven't. I could say we haven't probably replaced them. To be honest, Rich. I mean, we got Ratara in and whatever. I rate him. He's quality. Ratara from Bournemouth. I'm not sure about the others. Thiago still hasn't really produced a lot. Carvalho still invisible, in and out. Shardy now and again produces stuff. A bit lazy though, still got pace and can score. But when he's really buzzing, he can. I don't know. I just know what to say, mate. It's I'm not totally confident at all here.
Yeah, I was going to say I think it's a good time for Manchester United to play Brentford just because of those sort of reasons. So yeah, it's going to be 3-4-2-1, which is essentially 3-4-3, but with the 2 10s. I think we're going to be seeing. No, they're like pretty close to the lineup I said, because I don't think there's not a lot of room for improvement on that. I don't think Luke Shaw's going to start. I think we could have like a couple of players off the bench, but I think that Manchester United would be relying on the starting lineup to get the job done. I would say that I'm slightly confident about this one, although Manchester United haven't been playing particularly well, but we are creating chances. We're just not finishing them. And I watched the Fulham game. I don't want to remind you about, but I watched that game, and that made me think.
I wish I had.
I know I haven't watched as much of Brentford this season, but because I watched the Fulham game recently, I was thinking, okay, you can see chances, and that maybe that was a bad game for you. I'm guessing it was a bad game for you guys. So I don't know. I think you'll sort things out over the season. Like maybe get some reinforcements in January, but with a new manager, it's quite a new team, isn't it? So
yeah,
I think I'd be like not confident, but I'd be disappointed if Manchester United don't cause you problems, because I think this is one of those games that we need to try start picking up some points in.
I mean, no doubt Braymo will score again, because our ex-players always score against us, so I'm sure Braymo will score. You know, no doubt.
Well, so I think he's got.
Sorry,
yeah, I was going to say I agree with your prediction. Actually, I was thinking I'd push towards a very slight Man United win. I know there's loads of people have been saying there's lots of predictions, and people are saying like 2-2 draw. Like people are talking about this one. I don't know. I don't know. The things I want to see in this game is I want to see United creating chances, but I want to see our new goalkeeper play as well. And I have no idea if he's good or not. I just want to see him in the team.
Lamens, yeah.
Yeah, just because of like Binder's not very good, but against Chelsea, we only conceded one shot on target. Again, the Man City game was our bad game of the season. The other games have been very tight, so that was our bad game. And hopefully, I know Brentford, I'm thinking it could be an open game, so it could be high scoring, but I would say I think United. You look at the people on the pitch. United should have enough to win. Like you've lost Mbeumos, he's on our side now. Wissa's gone. And I don't know. I'm just wondering where you still score goals, but I don't know whether you're as strong across the whole lineup as you used to be.
No, we're certainly not, mate. And that's why I'm thinking it may just be you this time. You just edge it 2-1. I don't think there'll be loads of goals like there was, last season and whatever. Because, there's a goal blitz, wasn't there? 4-0, 4-3. And what was the other one?
Yeah, was that
We
quite
beat you?
crazy, wasn't it?
3-2, yeah. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
it was a lot of goals. But I'm not totally sure that'll be the same this time. Because, as you say, we got no Vissa, we got no Bramo anymore. So,
No, again, also, I'll say on that game against you guys, we didn't have Mbeumos, we had Rasmus Højlund, and I'm trying to think who was playing. Probably we had Garnacho. I think also we did some like a weird lineup. Like we definitely, because of like Europa League, we definitely started like a youngster or two. I can't remember who it was now. There was a few games where we like played like a young wing back or young left-sided midfielder or right defender or right-sided defender. But no, it wasn't a good performance, and I think the scoreline was like close-ish. But no, it was one of those games where I think I said at the time, I think United shouldn't have done it, but I think United and Spurs were like one eye on the Europa League. You could tell from I'm a fan watching the team, and I just saw more effort in Europa League, and I saw a lackluster performance. And 4-3 was like made it sound close, didn't it? But you guys had a decent win in that, a decent lead in that game as well.
Yeah, we nearly blew it again, didn't we? Near injury time, you nearly equalised, I think. Near injury time.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, and maybe I'll ask the question again on my stream. But do you think the high press has been like affected? Because I think Mbeumos was really good, and like Wissa, I think your front three players were really good last season. So I don't know how you replace that dynamic.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I think we're almost doing sometimes what Frank was doing. I don't know why Anderson. What am I calling Anderson? Our manager. Sorry, mate. I'm not with it at the moment. I just come back from holiday and I'm just all over the place. So, no. Andrews, Anderson. I know where I'm getting that from. But anyway, Andrews. Yeah. I don't know why he's doing almost similar sometimes to Frank, and he's no Thomas Frank. So, just do what you can do. Don't try and think you're better than what he
I thought
was.
Thomas Frank was quality. I think I said this in the past that when we've done streams on my channel and people talk about, I think Eric Ten Hag leaving, people talk about Thomas Frank because he just did a good job. I think he got the best out of the team. I think Spurs have like chosen wisely. I think Nottingham Forest have chosen badly, but we'll see how that goes. But no, I guess with your manager, I don't know. It's a bit, for me, it's a bit of an unknown as well. Brentford are very changed, so I did quite like watching your team last season, particularly against like when you played against Southampton. That's why when I was doing my streams and I was talking to people saying I really rated Mbeumos last season because the way he like was pressing defenders is like what's what you want to see, isn't it? He puts in a maximum effort every single match. He's just a top player, and he's got the ability to go with his effort. And it's just for me, that's why I like him. I think he's a really good player.
Well, a lot of people were saying, "Well, why are you going to pay all that money for him?" And I thought we made you pay. You weren't going to pay the 65 mil, and I think he's definitely worth. He's probably worth more than that, wouldn't he? I would say.
I think it's like people were talking about Semenya being 17, Semenya's being he's just going to get better probably. I think it's going to get like improve as well.
Yeah, but he wanted to go to Yuri's boyhood club, United. So I thought he earned the right to go there. He had great seasons for us. How long was he there? I think 4 or 5 seasons or something. He was really great. So, disagree on Forest. He stamped his mark on the team and the way they're playing. The wins will come. They were excellent against Betis, but just ran out of steam. Desmond was fair for both sides. Yeah. You're Desmond again, Manny. Yeah.
Shipped a lot of goals, though. A lot of goals they conceded, like 9 goals for Forest this season. 1 win in 5. I don't know. I just think Nottingham Forest will be worse than last season. Defensively, I think that's just my view. I think we'll have to see, won't we?
Well, yeah, they got Ange Postecoglou. How's he called? But
yeah,
but yeah, we'll see. I know Manny won't like that what I just said because he likes him as a manager. But I mean, I think he's really good. He got Spurs the European Cup, didn't he? So,
they won a trophy. I think the Premier League though is that. This season, I'll see what it gets judged on, but 22 defeats for Spurs last season is a lot. I think they've got a better manager than Thomas Frank.
Yeah, proper manager now, really. Anyway, mate, I suppose you better bounce because you want to do yours. You've got your streams coming. I'm going to be on there, so better get ready, I suppose, to do that. Anyway,
Score
mate,
prediction, I'd say 2-1 United as well.
2-1 United, same as me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it could be the reverse. Let's hope. I'm going for 2-1 United and reverse it. 2-1 Brentford. Yeah, but well, we'll see. I don't think there'll be a load of goals this time anyway. But should still be a good game. But anyway, guys, we're going to go and so be on with Rich in a little while on his stream. That is definitely, it's gone 7 now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I'll start as soon as you can head over. If Manny wants to come over and chat about this match,
anyone wants to
we'll
come
be live
over
in a second. So it's,
a lot of them are going for us to win here, actually, Rich. In the live chat.
Yeah, they're not Man United fans, are they? This is the Arsenal fans, isn't it? These are Arsenal fans. Of course, they want to see Man United lose. We know that.
Yeah. Well, you are still struggling despite that win, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Well,
you're totally confident.
Only 3 points behind Arsenal. This stage of the season, we played Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea. Not the easiest start. So now we've got a couple of games now. Brentford, and then we've got Sunderland, and we got a big game against Liverpool after that. So after that, 8 games in, we might have an idea of where we are. We'll have played in 8 games. We'll have played possibly the top 4 teams with Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. So if we get those games out of the way and we're actually not doing too bad in the table, it's not the worst start. I think Ruben Amorim will be under pressure whatever happens. So we'll just see. It could be worse. We could have lost to Chelsea. We could be sitting somewhere near relegation zone, but one win makes a huge difference, doesn't it? We're actually only 1 point behind Chelsea at this point. So the league table, I don't really look at the league table till about 10 games in to see where you're going.
Well, it's too early yet, isn't it? It's too early.
Yeah, I mean, you get if Brentford get a win or two, your backup is sort of 8th, 9th position, aren't you? But
yeah. But saying that, if it ends now, we're safe. We're 17th, actually. So
exactly.
We're safe.
There's probably three worst teams in the league. You just got to be the 4th worst team and then build from there.
Well, exactly. West Ham and that. But we got West Ham after you, I think. I think it's West Ham. And
let's hope we play them before they sack the manager because they're dreadful at the moment.
Well, we certainly will before he gets sacked. But Liverpool as well. We got Liverpool, City. No, we ain't going to get nothing out of those, I don't think. So we've got to get something against you. We've got to get something against West Ham, let's be honest. So,
yeah, same for us. We've got to pick up points. Amorim's got to pick up points, and it's tough, isn't it? Brentford is not the easy game because there's threat there. There's a track record of struggling at your ground. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes.
Well, let's hope so. But if we get a point each, we get a draw. I mean, I'm happy with that. I don't know if you will be, but I'll still be happy with it.
I don't know. I think we've got to try and win some games. So I don't know. I'll be particularly happy, but I'll be definitely not happy if we lose it.
No, but well, I hope you do. But I might. On the other hand, I'm not sure because I'm still not totally confident with Andrews as manager. I'm still not sure about him. Got to give him a little bit of time. I'll get behind him for the time being. But if it all goes Pete Tong, then I'm gonna go against him. I'm gonna go at him. If it really goes badly, and get him out because I think we may need to get someone else. I think we need a proper, manager. I'm not sure who. If Nuno's still available, maybe somebody like him. If he ain't gone anywhere, I'll get him in, possibly. Yeah, follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B High Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. And do you want to shout out your socials before we go, Rich, as well?
Yeah, look at Red W United on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter as well, RichSport7. But Red W United, if you type that into YouTube, you'll find it's RD United TV as the @ symbol. But yeah, we're going to be live in literally 1 minute. Myself, Mr. B, talking about Manchester United. We're probably a bit more biased for people in the comments that are Manchester United fans. So hopefully catch you guys in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, guys, we're going to bounce now. It's been a good stream, quick stream as well for me for a change. Less than an hour. That makes a change for me. But yeah, top stream, boys, and enjoy your stream, Rich. Yep. Cheers, Manny. And we're going to bounce, and I'll see you very soon on Rich's one. Whoever comes, if anyone comes across from here, Manny, or who else have we got here? Warren, Luca, anyone's welcome on there, of course. So we're going to go. We're going to bounce. And for the time being, guys, see you in the next one.